Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel NIA'S Aesthetic. I'm Sonia and today we are diving into our February bullet journal setup. I'm calling this month Self-Love February because instead of getting caught up in love cliches, we are focusing on ourselves. This setup is all about self-care, empowerment and prioritizing ourselves. So grab your journal, get cozy and let's set up our Anti-Valentine's theme bullet journal for February. Starting with the cover page, I went for a bold anti-Valentine's vibe that screams self-love. Even if it's just something simple like painting my nails, that small act of self-care makes me happy. So I just wanted this cover to reflect that. And I also wanted to add a little retro aesthetics. So I drew a cell phone from the late 90s or early 20s and tied it into my anti-Valentine's theme by displaying the message feelings not found. It sets the perfect tone because this month I am rejecting all societal pressure and celebrating self-love instead. For the title February, I used bold fonts and added doodles of broken heart with burning flames, symbolizing breaking free from the traditional expectations and focusing on myself. I colored the letter with dark pink and added black shadows for the depth and used a white jelly roll pen to highlight the letters. This bold lettering really brings the cover page together. The left page I have divided it into two sections, one for my goals and one for the events this month. I wrote both titles in bold fonts to keep everything structured and clear. The purpose behind this cover page is to convey that there is absolutely nothing wrong with choosing to focus on yourself, especially when the society expects otherwise. You don't have to conform to traditional expectations, and it's perfectly okay to be by yourself, even on the most romantic holidays. This setup is a reminder that your own company is enough and that loving yourself is more important than anything else. I hope this message resonates with you and encourages you to embrace self love, independence, and empowerment. Moving on to my calendar spread, I have combined it with my content tracker to keep everything organized in one place. The header, Head Up Gorgeous, isn't just for decoration, it is a little reminder to keep my focus on myself and not get caught up in outside expectations. For the design, I added quirky doodles like cherries, a martini glass, and half ripped envelope symbolizing rebellion and letting go of unnecessary pressure around love. It's all about embracing independence and making space for what truly matters. The calendar layout has separate boxes with plenty of room to plan out my month while keeping the theme alive. Right beside the calendar, I created my content tracker. This is where I plan my content for YouTube and social media, whether it's art videos, bullet journaling, or fun unboxings. This tracker keeps me creative, organized, and focused on what I love doing. Now, moving on to the affirmation spread, I started by writing the header affirmation vertically to give it a bold and unique look. Then I divided the space into framed sections, each designed to reinforce positivity, self-love, and self-priority. These daily affirmations help me stay grounded and focused on myself rather than getting caught up in love drama or outside pressure. I also use this page to track small acts of self care because prioritizing yourself is the ultimate power move. I hope you are loving this setup so far. Stick around because there are more fun spreads and quirky illustrations coming up. Setting up this theme took way longer than I expected, so if you're enjoying it, please watch it till the end and share the video with your journal loving friends. It really helps my channel grow. Now let's create an anti-Valentine's themed gratitude spread because self-love starts with appreciation. I kept the design simple yet bold with a gratitude title surrounded by flaming broken hearts symbolizing fiery self-appreciation. The ripped paper effect adds a raw, unapologetic vibe, making this page feel rebellious and real. For colors, I used fiery red, orange, and yellow to create the flames, and dark pink and black for the font. This mix feels warm yet intense, just like self-love. The brown paper effect gives it a vintage, textured feel while keeping it edgy. Here's the final look, a gratitude page that's bold, raw, and full of anti-Valentine energy. What are you grateful for today? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. And if you know someone who could use a little gratitude reset this month, don't forget to share this video with them. Now let's set up an anti-Valentine's habit tracker because self-love beats heartbreak every time. I started with the header habit in the same bold font, keeping it strong and eye-catching. And these fiery heart doodles, they are here to remind us that passion thrives with self-growth. The heart-shaped sunglasses illustration here is symbolizing that they are here burning with determination to become a better version of myself. This tracker is all about focusing on me, improving and sticking to daily habits that truly matters. From journaling my thoughts to hitting creative goals, every habit on this page is a step towards self-betterment because love might fade away, but self-discipline, that fire keeps burning. So yeah, who needs a Valentine when you've got goals to crush? Moving on to the mood tracker, instead of focusing on love cliches, I am tracking my own moods because my emotions deserve attention too. I started with the header mood in the bold lettering, keeping it in line with the theme. For the tracker itself, I doodled 28 fiery hearts, each representing a day of the month. February isn't just about love, it's about surviving, thriving, and embracing every emotions along the way. By the end of the month, this page will turn into a fiery mosaic of emotions, proving that love isn't the only thing that sets the heart on fire. Now let's set up our sleep tracker for the month. Sleep is one of the best form of self-care, so of course it had to be a part of my anti-Valentine's theme bullet journal. The playful header with flames, broken hearts, and cherries keeps the theme fun and rebellious. The martini glass adds a self care twist because treating yourself includes getting enough rest. Tracking my sleep helps me stay mindful of my energy levels and make sure I'm recharging properly. Now let's move on to the brain dump spread. Honestly, this is one of the most fun spread I have created for this setup. My February brain dump is all about clearing my mind and making space for self-love. I started by adding the header writing brain horizontally and dump vertically on the right side of the page to give it a unique layout. For the illustration, I added a bottle pouring out wine, symbolizing the release of stress, emotion, and thoughts that no longer serves me, while still keeping that rebellious anti-Valentine vibe alive. This space is my emotional release valve for February, a place to let it all out without judgment. Whether it's stress, random ideas, or self doubt, I am making self care a priority by getting it out of my head and onto the page. Now let's set up the first weekly layout. I started by adding the header as Feb and right below that a mini calendar just like I do every month to keep track of important dates. For the illustration, I wanted to keep things playful and bold, so I drew an oversized martini glass with cherries spilling over, symbolizing treating yourself, whether that means taking time to unwind or simply celebrating you. The Self Love Club header ties everything together, reminding me that self love is a daily practice. And of course, the Cupid Who title flips the usual Valentine's Day narrative because I am not waiting for love, I am focusing on myself. Apart from the illustrations, the center space in this layout is dedicated to my daily tasks and to dos, keeping it functional yet creative. Moving on to my second and third weekly spreads, I took a slightly different approach for the illustration. Instead of drawing something, I went with bold lettering to make a statement. I wrote single and thriving, taken by my reflection, too busy being fabulous. These phrases perfectly capture the Anti-Valentine's energy, making it loud and clear that this month is all about me. And lastly, I added a cheeky doodle of paper shredder with a paper shredding in that says love nonsense, because I am shredding love cliches and fully embracing self-love. This setup is all about having fun, stay organized, and making sure I prioritize myself over any Valentine's Day expectations. And now moving on to my final weekly spread, I kept it clean and structured but added a fun twist. I added an illustration of a faux postage stamp that says Happy Who Needs a Valentine's Day. Alongside it, I added cute quirky doodles to keep the playful energy alive. This spread is the perfect way to wrap up a month of self-priority and discipline. I hope you all enjoyed this video and that it resonated with you. This February, I am all about breaking away from the Valentine's hype and pouring all that energy back into myself. This setup is a celebration of independence, discipline, creativity, and self-love, and I truly hope it inspires you to do the same, because in the end, it's all about you and your dreams. And that's a wrap on my anti-Valentine's theme February bullet journal setup. I hope you loved this theme as much as I did. I had so much fun bringing this vision to life. Let me know in the comments what you think about this setup. I would love to hear your thoughts. And of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, keep journaling and stay inspired. Bye bye.